Life in the Shot. I'm your host, Donald Washington. Now, this week in Chicago, February 13th to February 20th. Now, downtown Chicago has always been a relatively peaceful place to be. Never no violence. The drummer boys down there, street performers, and a lot to do. Lots of place to eat, lots of place to see. However, February 13th, this is Tuesday, Commander Paul Bauer of the 18th District. He's 53 years old, 31-year vet of the police department, Chicago Police Department. His car was parked at City Hall for a meeting with the alderman. This is in front of the Thompson Center when he heard a call come through about a drug suspect fleeing. So this was a routine call that he'd been doing for a long time. He sees the suspect give chase. He goes down a stairwell in front of the Thompson Center, and that's when witnesses heard 7 shots. He died. However, the suspect name is Shamari Leggetti. He's the suspect, 44 years old. They say he's a 4-time felon who shot, he's innocent till proven guilty. So he's accused of shooting the commander. However, they say he just finished parole off a 16-year 16-year stretch out of the state prison. However, he had a semi-automatic with a 30-round clip. They say he got a history of drugs, guns, and armed robbery. That's why he was in there for 16 years. However, he also had body armor on. So it looked like he was prepared for whatever he was prepared for, but that's what happened. However, the story doesn't end there. So now when he goes to the Cook County Courthouse to be arraigned, inmates who was in the holding cell, they see him and they start clapping. Now the police are livid about this. They are livid. The 5 inmates who was clapping, the guards playing revenge. They playing revenge by transferring them away from their families so to make it harder for their families. How dirty is that for them to take it out on the inmates' families? And now it's freedom of speech. They can do whatever the hell they want. They can even say whatever the hell they want. There's a defense attorney saying this shit should be illegal. However, they're still pushing for harsher penalties for whatever they sentence for. So if they sentence for a minor traffic ticket, they pushing for 2 years. That's how dirty they about to try to get. They're trying to even make just them clapping an offense, an extra offense, which is bananas. So a defense attorney is saying, hey, if they do that, the judge should throw it out and it should be a lawsuit even if they try that crap. And then they try to wonder why the prisoners hate the guards. They being treated like dirt, less than animals in the Cook County jailhouse. And then they got the nerve to try to wonder why they was clapping. Get out of here. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's wrong for them to be clapping. But now, February 14th, Wednesday, Florida school shooting. Nikolai Jacob Cruz, former student of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. He's charged with 17 counts of murder. He walked into this school and murdered 17 people on Valentine's Day. He walked in there with an AR-15. Now, guess what President Trump offers? Prayers again. All he has to offer, I offer my prayers. But no solutions. In fact, Republicans on Fox, guess what they blame? Video games. Video games is probably to blame. See, because they're getting paid by the NRA. Trump just received $30 million from the NRA. You think he's going to speak up against the NRA and assault rifles? Not a chance. Not a chance. Well, AR-15s. So now Trump offers it, and the students ain't having it. The students ain't having it. They like, hey, no, we got to get rid of AR-15s, these semi-automatic weapons, assault rifles. We not having it, man. They marching all over the place, and they saying enough is enough. This needs to be the last school shooting. We putting our foot down. We going to march all the way to Washington. The Republicans trying to push more guns for the teachers to be armed, just to arm everybody more with guns. They even offered bulletproof backpacks. What a fucking smack in the face they are. But that was AR-15s was the same as Columbine, the Sandy Hook, all these schools, the Las Vegas shootings, AR-15s. And they're like, look, let's put an end to this madness. February 16th, the release of Black Panthers. Director Ryan Coogler Check this. They had a $200 million budget to make it, and the opening weekend alone broke a record. 427 million in the opening weekend worldwide. This broke all kind of records, man, and I'm proud of them. Check this. This film won Best February Opening Weekend, Best Non-Sequel Opening Weekend, Biggest Solo Superhero Launch of all times, Biggest Opening Weekends ever for any non-white director, Biggest grossing movie director by a black filmmaker. However, I'm proud of this movie because the message is sent to black America. Check this out. It had none of the men in there. All of them was professional. None of their pants hanging down their ass. Nobody was in there cussing and thugging. All the men was kings in there. They showed Wakanda, which is a fictional country. However, it was beautiful. Somebody was saying, I want to see Africa, how it's poor. We don't want to see no more Africa when it's poor. We don't want to see black people getting killed and we as slaves and getting murdered and no, we don't want to see that. That day is done. We want to see us beautiful kings and queens that we are. The sisters, powerful, amazing, beautiful sisters in there. All the sisters was natural sisters. However, a lot of people are mad that we didn't get the money. And I'm like, man, hey, look, at least we got the message out. Now we need to push for us to make the money, but we can't be perfect in this. However, some people, man, look, we support Mayweather, who put how much in the black community? Nothing. Mayweather will go out, he'd rather spend $10 million on a Benz or Bentley. We have no black-owned food chains, no nothing. We losing. We got Oprah or Michael Jordan. We spend $300 for a pair of Jordans, and nothing comes back. No food chains, no black-owned nothing, man. So a lot of people was upset about that. However, I'm proud of them. The movie was amazing. Broke all kind of records. Make sure you go check that out, man. It's something kids covet what they see. And in this movie, we are kings, queens, united. And that's what I love to see. Check it out. All right, another news. Blackhawk fans. They were taunting a Washington Capitals Devontae Smith-Pelly, who is black. I didn't even know black people even played hockey. That's new to me. However, while he was in the penalty box, they chanted basketball, basketball, basketball. They're considering that a racial slur. I guess they're trying to tell him, stick to basketball. I don't know. But however, he confronted them fans. He wasn't having that either. However, officials seen it and reported it. And those fans are banned for life from any Blackhawk home game. And the Blackhawks was leading 7-1, so I don't know what the hell they got to be chanting for. But anyway, that's what happened. Now, the gubernatorial candidates face off with high school students. We got T.O. Hardeman, Daniel Bliss, Chris Kennedy, and J.B. Prisker. Now, the high school students, they the newest voters, the ones that's turning 18. So the primary is 1 month away, March 20th. And the high school students, they had questions. Some of the questions consist of which amendment for the U.S. Constitution best protects the U.S. citizens? How do you address unpaid bills for Illinois? How do you best provide job training? How do you protect from school shootings? That's the biggest thing in high school because they directly are target. Now, the Republican senators, they don't care because their kids are behind gated communities, gated schools with armed guards. So they could care less. Republican lawmakers could care less what your children is out there because their kids are protected. And they're getting paid by the NRA. So they're never going to speak out against school shootings. So these students want to know about gun violence. And they also want to know about mental illness in the community. So this should be interesting. This was a good debate. T.O. Hardeman came out a victor in this. Y'all vote T.O. Hardeman 2018 for Illinois. Now also, an Uber passenger was fatally shot on Chicago's South Side in the Lakeshore community. Now, this Uber passenger, man, he was only 34 years old. He was sitting in a car on the 7400 block of Stony Island and this was at 2 a.m. in the morning when a tan colored car just pull up, man, blast at him. He was shot in the head and the neck. His Uber driver ended up having to Uber him to the hospital, man, where he passed away, which is unfortunate, man. If I'm an Uber driver, ain't no way, no how I'm going nowhere near that community. Man, but you got to feed your family, you got to make some money somehow. But man, there's certain areas, man, I'm like, look here, somebody else gonna have to take that Uber, man. I don't know what he was thinking about. Also, some other sad news, man. A young 15-year-old kid, Lorenzo Smith, man, and a 19-year-old girl, man. She was wounded. He was killed. This happened in the Chatham neighborhood on the south side. This happened in the broad daylight, man, in mid-afternoon, 5:20 p.m. This happened on the 7600 block. Lorenzo Smith, and he actually lived on the block, man, and he was shot in the chest. They took him to Coma's Children's Hospital. The young girl that was with him, man, she was shot in the hip. She was taken to Christ Medical Center in Oak Lawn. Man, we got to stop this killing, Chicago. Now, finally, my life in the shot. I bring you guys shows. One of my show topics was the N-word and who gives it power. Another show I did was the prison systems. Another show I did is the negative effect the media has on our image. Another show I do is economics, group economics. I also do a show on why we hate each other so much, why we envious and jealous of each other. Make sure y'all like, comment, share. Let me know what you think about this video. Peace.